Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Hbar, Ondo and a near price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. We're gonna start with Hbar on the daily for the bullish and the bearish scenario, starting with this impulse toward the upside, meaning potentially wave 1 or a wave A, of course, as a zigzag are unfolding here. The wave A in the magenta is for a triangle that it might be, of course, unfolding as well as A, B, C, D, and a E. The wave E might finish in the upper side, of course, of this chart, meaning after this, it is a bearish scenario that it might unfold. However, still low possibility to call this a final ABC triangle. The highest possibility right now goes for the wave 1 or wave A, and where we have a potential wave 1 and wave 2 can be already finished here, where you are looking potentially, as a wave 2 finished already here as W, X, and a Y, and you're looking here at a wave 1, A, B, and a C for a wave 2. And then moving toward the upside impulsively for a wave 3, and currently you are looking, of course, for this wave 4, which it might have finished or not. We're gonna see, of course, exactly inside it what is going on. However, to mention, of course, that this is the invalidation of the bullish scenario, to be, of course, always watch in case the wave 4 here dive deeper and takes this zone 1, meaning there is no, of course, impulse anymore. There is no wave 5. You might be unfolding something else, which is transfer, of course, potentially for this triangle wave D. Now the wave A in this blue scenario is an A. Of course, wave B can be also finished over there. Can be finishing, of course, here a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. All what you need right now is, of course, a wave 5 to finish this wave C, and finishing, of course, with it this move toward the upside. It can be as well the wave 3 finishing with the wave C. The wave C has to finish, I would say, around the 1-to-1 fib level, 0.59. The wave 3 has to reach the 1.618, 0.94. So both case scenarios here, the wave C or the wave 3 might bring us around this blue box area here for H bar in a wave 5, which we are still looking for it, and it might be unfolding right now. We're gonna move to the micro level or to the lower time frame. On the 2 hours chart here, we are looking at potentially W, X, and a Y finished, and we have, of course, finally a final move toward the downside. This final move toward the downside, by the way, was, of course, an impulse, and clear impulse, of course, failing to take the low. And that means this is a truncation here that we got, and this truncation might means a signal here, of course, for a market reversal. And that because when you finish 5 waves towards the downside failing to take the low, this might means, of course, that you finish a structure here and you're moving, of course, for something bullish as a reversal. As you can see right now, we have a diagonal formation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is a leading diagonal. Currently you're working on the wave 5 towards the upside to finish your wave 1 here as a 1, 2, and then simply continuation for higher prices. This wave 5 might reach the following targets. Of course, for a wave 5 here, you are looking for this green zone here, or the blue zone, I would say. So here we go. Between 0.164 and 0.167 here that you might reach with a wave 5 to finish a wave 1. And this is definitely, of course, internally an impulse that it is unfolding here as an A, B, and a C. Currently, you are in 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Don't forget as well that by simply taking the high for this diagonal as a wave 3 might be considered, of course, more than enough, meaning this wave 5, once it takes this line here, it is more than enough to finish a wave 1, to finish a diagonal, starting to unfold a wave 2. Now, another possible scenario, of course, also to keep it in mind, is a 1-2, 1-2, double 1-2s toward the upside, that it might unfold for something much higher directly for higher prices, of course. Target to be watched, or I would say key level to be watched here, is the 1-to-1 fib level, taken from the 3 to the 4 to the 5. And that means if the wave 5 will cross above this price, that means of course wave 5 is longer than wave 3, meaning of course a wave 3 might be unfolding here as a 1 2 3 4 5 4 5 toward the upside, meaning this level is a confirmation for higher prices, and this level is exactly at 0.172. Great, that is for Hbar from the daily to the hourly chart, and yep, those are the key levels, the targets, and the possibility of course is a diagonal 1 2 3 4 5 or double 1 2s here, 3 4 5 4 5 toward the upside. For the bearish, of course, this is gonna turn as an ABC, but yeah, basically we are very close anyway to finish an impulse here, to finish a diagonal or a wave 1 2 1 2, probably continuation for higher prices later on. Okay, next one is Ondo. So starting with Ondo here on the daily chart, we have 1 2 3 4 5, wave 1 or a wave A, wave B given, and we might be looking for a wave C toward the upside. The wave C might look, of course, as a diagonal 1 2 3 4 5, and that is due to the zigzag that you have here, potentially as an A, B, and a C zigzag toward the upside, finishing here wave 1 for your ending diagonal. Wave 2 has reached already the 886 and corrective, of course, and you might start looking for higher. We're gonna of course estimate on the lower time frame if this, of course, the move starting for a wave 3. Your target for a wave 3 is between the 0.786, 0.886, 1.98 and $2.29 for a wave 3 in diagonal. If you are impulsive, you are in a wave 1 2 here, potentially can be of course the wave 2 here or there, but truncated. However, better of course to take it over there, but basically I cannot really take it as an impulse here. This is a problem. That's why of course the wave 2 is over there, because if you are a wave 2 here, well, what is your impulse, right? What is your second one to this is not an impulse, and therefore of course it goes over there as a truncated wave here potentially. And in this case, you are looking for something new unfolding toward the upside as a wave 3 after a big ABC here, looking for a massive wave 3 toward the upside. We're gonna know, of course, that we are in wave 3 once we break the 1 to 1 fib level here, making, of course, this wave 3 much longer than a wave 1, and therefore, of course, we take it from there. Final scenario is an A, B, C, D, and an E, of course, for a triangle here, where you might be in an A, B, and a C toward the upside. A very low possibility right now. Of course, we might see this, of course, in the top in case we don't take the high and we move impulsive toward the downside, meaning zigzag as an impulse correction impulse. Therefore, okay, we call a triangle over there. Let's move inside it on the 2 hours chart. On the 2 hours chart here, we are looking at something very interesting. 1 2 3 4 and a 5, also diagonal toward the upside, which is still working on the wave 5 currently to finish a wave 1, and therefore you would like to see a wave 2 3 4 5 toward the upside. Another possibility can be, of course, a 1 2, another 1 2, and then 3 4 5 4 5, of course, continuation for higher prices. Target for this wave 5 might reach, of course, the following as a wave 5 here. Yeah, exactly. So at the 0.819 and 0.834. And in this case, I would say if you break the 1 to 1 fib level here, and with the price continue toward the upside, definitely this is your signal that we are in a wave 3 as 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5 for higher prices. That was it for Ondo. Let's move for the next one, which is near. For near, let's start also with the daily first, just to get an overview. So on the daily for near, we are looking also at a little bit complex structure, starting with 3 waves toward the upside ABC, finishing wave A or a W, which I don't really appreciate it, but at the end, of course, the price is toward the upside, so even a correction might unfold for a wave C for higher prices, or even for a wave Y. So basically you are in an A, B, and a C toward the upside, whether you are in a diagonal 1 2 3 4 5, or you are in a big impulse toward the upside, right? 1 2 3 4 5. However, higher possibility goes for diagonal here based on this huge enormous wave 1 2. In case we are in a W, and X has been given, you're looking for a structure as a 3 waves toward the upside, where you might have started your wave A, your wave B given already, your wave C looking for the 1-to-1 fib level, $15.87. This is the minimum target for a wave Y, potentially in a zigzag toward the upside after hitting perfectly, of course, the 0.618, 0.786 for a 1-2 here. Therefore, we have to, of course, keep in mind that this might unfold and impulse toward the upside. Let's move inside it on the 2 hours chart to see what is going on also on the lower time frame. Now, on the lower time frame, we have mentioned before that this is a WXNY, and it has proved itself that this was the case scenario, taking, of course, one more leg for a much more complex structure, I would say, to finish a wave Y here. Now, after this, on the 1 hour chart here inside this area, we are looking also at something might be a diagonal unfolding as well toward the upside. So as you have realized, most of the crypto market right now is in this formation of a potential leading diagonal. And this might be here your wave 1, your wave 2, 3, 4. Yes, this is a low, 4 and a 5. Currently, you're working on the wave 5, which it might finish, of course, this leading diagonal. At the same time, of course, even near is showing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a wave 1, wave 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a wave 1, wave 2 given, and potentially we're continuing wave 3 toward the upside. Again, the same scenarios repeats itself here, where you might be, of course, in a wave 5 as diagonal, and you're looking for the wave for the fib level 1-to-1 here as a signal that you are looking for something even much bigger. And that means, of course, if you break it and overshoot this 1-to-1 here, that means a wave 3 might unfold toward the upside as 1-2, 1-2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, continuation simply for higher prices. That was it for Ondo, Near, and Hbar. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.